Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Term 6 update from the Priory Learning Trust. We did one of these right back in September where we had some students on camera. Today, as you can see, I've got two members of staff, Janet and Sharon. They're our directors of science and directors of maths. So a little bit of an update for me for what's happening with the trust, where we are. As parents will know, we've got two secondary schools within the trust at the moment, that's Whirl and Priory. And recently in April, two primary schools, St Anne's and Castlebatch, joined us. And we're very hopeful and expect the King Alfred School in Highbridge to join the trust in October. And then also Pollitt School, which is near Bridgewater, as a primary school, to join us next April. So one of the things we do as a trust is we can employ people to work across all the schools. So we've got a director of maths, director of science, because we think really important subjects. We're going to have a director of English in the next year, but at the minute we've got director of science, director of maths, and they're here today smiling away, as you can see. So I'm just going to ask Janet, who's director of science, just to talk a little bit about this fantastic cross-trust newsletter that we've put together. And Janet's done that. It's all the staff, World Priory, together working on science, teaching, learning projects, better for the students. So Janet, thanks for this. Tell the people in YouTube land about the science newsletter maybe, or science, what's
we've
it like?
got some very talented teachers across all of the schools within the trust, so giving them an opportunity to share their best practice can only make things even better again. And we're currently working together across the trust to develop a new Key Stage 3 curriculum, and next year we're going to look at developing Key Stage 4. So it's all brilliant stuff, and it's all great fun working together.
Fantastic. So one of the things we're trying to do, of course, is staff working together, and that reducing workload for the teachers and making it better for the students therefore. So and that's one of the big projects next year, to align our curriculum across all our subjects. In Whirl and Priory at the minute, secondary schools, we have 19 learning cycles running across from year 7 to year 11, and that's one of the things that Janet and Sharon are doing. This week we've had our second maths paper, GCSE, so just talking to Sharon about how that's gone. So Sharon's director of maths, again working across all the schools, the primary schools and the secondary schools. Both these good people also teach, of course, in the schools at the minute. So how was the maths exam? This is Goddard-Lock.
Both maths exams were challenging, but I think doable for all of our students. Higher paper, very accessible. So we're looking forward to the last paper 3 on Tuesday.
Okay, and one of the things we're aiming for, as you can see, because Miles, who's doing these now, just put the targets up here. Our targets this year within the trust is for 70% of our students to get a English and Maths together at what's now a grade 4 and above, and 50% of our students get English and Maths together at grade 5 and above. So remember, the top grade in the new GCSE system is a 9, and the lowest grades are 1. So what we want is every single student to get a 4+, and many of them to get really top grades to go off to universities and have a great aspirational career path in the future. And that's what we're doing. So thank you. Can I thank you?
Yes,
thank you for all your work across the trust. So just a bit of information about things going forward in terms of praise culture. I'm sure you may know that every Friday we ask all our members of staff to phone home to 3 students across all our schools, and that's great. So it's a Friday phone call, so a really important thing just to say well done. Whirl School, part of the trust, are introducing next term some badges for Blazers. So this is one for languages. We also are rewarding 100% attendance, of course, as well. We've got a student leadership badge coming to Whirl. This one is an English badge. There's all sorts of badges that we hope the students will wear on their blazers at Whirl. Of course, we have the similar badge system at Priory, a little bit more difficult to wear on a sweat top, but the point is praise, very, very important as we go forward across the Priory Learning Trust. So I hope that's a little bit of a flavour and some information for me in 5 minutes today about the trust. We're really going forward in the right direction. We're looking forward to some fantastic results this year, thanks particularly obviously to the hard work of the students and the staff. And we thank you as parents for supporting us this year as we make education in North Whirl and Weston-super-Mare as best as it possibly can be for people who live in this area. So again, thank you very much, and that's exactly 5 minutes.